We came out of Iowa in a virtual tie with the same amount of delegates as the other two frontrunners. Just any old Republican won't do. That's why the primary makes a difference. There's a debt crisis coming to this country. It's in Europe now, and it's coming. Erskine Bowles, who's head of the Debt Commission, said it's the most predictable crisis in our history. Did anybody get a cookbook from her? They call us dangerous. In a way, we are to their empire. But right now, the people who truly want change in this country, change for the better, by shrinking the size of the government, they're joining our campaign. Personal liberty and economic liberty are one in the same. We have the government turned upside down. The government becomes more secretive. At the same time, your privacy is being undermined. The Constitution was meant to protect your liberties, your privacy, and the government was to be open.
Yes. What I find is in New Hampshire is that, and those of you who may not be from New Hampshire, just here going to college, is that New Hampshire is a full contact citizen when it comes to politics. So we can do this already. So what's another reason? Go ahead. Sure you do. You have a legal right under marriage to be able to visit, and you can contract with that. You can have a contract written out that you can give that right to somebody else, any person, or multiple people if you want. Go ahead.
All right, how about the ideas that all men are created equal and like the rights to happiness and liberty?
Okay, so are we saying that everyone should have the right to marry?
Yes.
Everyone? Yes. Okay, so anyone can marry anybody else. Okay? So anybody can marry anybody else. So anybody can marry several people. Everyone.
That's not what we're asking.
Stop. No, it's not participating. We're not going to do this. Okay? I'm going to ask the question, and people want to respond. I'll be happy to call them. So I'm just positing some things you need to think about. So if everybody has a right to be happy. So if you're not happy unless you're married to 5 other people, is that okay?
Not what we're asking.
Driven by the whole reason I'm in this race. And I'm running for President of the United States of America because we're about to hand down the greatest nation that ever was. The United States of America to the next generation. Less good, more divided, more saddled with debt, less productive, less competitive than the country we got. I say this isn't who we are, folks.
Happy birthday to you.
This election challenge trust. There's been one truly consistent king, and that's Dr. Ron Paul.
He tells the truth about what he believes.
You know, the actually most addicting drug is yeah, the whole time. Getting off.
He got his to told me about you. He's a doctor. And he just had a stroke. And his 80th birthday is on Thursday. It's now,
Scoot in there. Scoot in there, Frank.
Say hi to the dog.
That's the dog that said hi to me.
Yes, it is.
Say hi, Dave.
Hey.
he might even vote for you.
Oh, I think she's voting for him.
Baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no mountain low enough.
In 2007, Dr. Paul took the next step in this revolution, and that is he ran for president. He challenged the status quo in just about every area the government's involved in every special interest group. So this was clearly an uphill battle.
I called Governor Romney a short while ago before he gave his talk and congratulate him because he certainly had a clear-cut victory, but we're nibbling at his heels. But there was another victory tonight. He had a victory, but we have had a victory for the cause of liberty tonight. If we had to pay taxes for everything that they do, the people would rise up and stop it. So then they started borrowing money a lot, and then people didn't notice that quite as much because they passed that on. But then they resorted to the printing of the money, and that is why the Federal Reserve was established, to take care of the powerful interests, the military-industrial complex, the banking system, and deficit financing. And there's a couple reasons they have deficit financing. Sometimes there are conservatives that want deficit financing, and sometimes there are liberals who want deficit financing. And they have resorted to this, and of course this is why we are facing this crisis today. But it also serves those interests who like to think that we have this responsibility. They claim it's a moral responsibility to take our young people, put them into the military, and send them hither and yon around the world, policing the world, and using I think what we need to do is make this emphasis that liberty means you have a right to your life and your privacy in the way you want to live your life as long as you don't hurt people, and you have a right to keep and spend your money as you want to.